Right, welcome to another edition of Current Affairs. We've got some races out of Ascot, some very special races. We've obviously got the two that were here, the Oaks and of course the Derby. James, before I do, I want to just put this up for the cameraman, if you can see this. This is the new Parade magazine, Edward with Andrew Harrison. It's very, very good. I've gone through this, see if you can get this in. There it is, Terence Millard, Via Africa, Soft Falling Rain, all on the cover. Try and get to have a look at this. Very good magazine.
Yeah,
right.
Andrew Harrison's done a great job.
Done a great job.
But going on to Royal Ascot, and you were there. Did you find some celebrities there? South African celebrities?
What was wonderful to see was they got on the final day, they got Gary Player to hand out one of the prizes, and his introduction there was outstanding when they spoke about one of the world's great sportsmen, one of the legends of the golf course, 9 majors. He got just about.
How was he at the top hat?
Magnificent.
Oh.
I had a chat with him afterwards. He's still in great shape. He was with Gaynor. They were there. I had a chat with Gaynor, funny enough, and she was really saying to me that it's amazing that the horse that ran, the Australians had sent a horse out to run in the Jubilee, the 6 furlong, and it had run a month ago in the middle of the Hendra outbreak in Australia.
Yeah.
How did the people get around? We can't move a horse from A to B.
Yeah, I keep telling them. I keep telling the whole world.
Yeah.
They got Hendra there, which is a much worse disease than African horse sickness. We can't get a horse out of this country. They move them like willy-nilly.
Yeah.
It's the biggest joke ever.
Yeah,
that is, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to talk about how you have double standards, those are the biggest double standards in world racing. Never mind about the doping rules and all these type of things. The double standards as far as Australia is concerned and as far as we're concerned about moving horses is a joke.
Absolutely. And I'm pleased that people are starting to notice. Gaynor was quite miffed about it, and I agree with her 100%. But we had a long chat with Gary. He was in great form. And funny enough, the race that he was doing, Marcus Jooste and Bernard Cantor had a horse running, ran a cracking good race with Frankie, ran second to the stout horse. So it was very, very nice for them. But we saw great horse. Obviously, Michael de Kock's horse, a tad unlucky in my opinion.
Let's go and watch that race. We've got the King's Stand Stakes. Let's go and watch that first. This was desperately unlucky.
That's it, they're off and racing for the King's Stand, away to a pretty good line. Spirit Courts jumps well and heads over towards the Stand's rail, where he's in isolation at the moment. Stepper Point and Bungle in the Jungle lead down the centre with Move in Time. Reckless Abandon and Herat are front rank. Doc Hay tracks them up in midfield. Shay Shay's positioned in midfield early on with Ballesteros, Kingsgate Native and Jack Dexter. Angels Will Fall, Sham Express's Pink Jackets in midfield with Swiss Spirit. Then Pearl Secret back towards the rear of the field with Medician Man, and racing solo Spirit Courts is behind at this stage as they make their way with over 2 furlongs to travel. Reckless Abandon in the dark blue leads with Herat. That little breakaway group with over on the far side Bungle in the Jungle. Also trying to improve over there is Move in Time. Shay Shay's in that group in company with Sham Express, and they now move through. Reckless Abandon heading over to the Stands rail. Shay Shay out in the centre. Sham Express is third. Reckless Abandon with over on the far side Shay Shay coming home strongly in the centre is Pearl Secret. Soul Power's also finishing off well. Shay Shay with Soul Power. Soul Power on the near side has lunged at Shay Shay, close between the two. Back in third place.
Well, if we ever deserved to win a race at Royal Ascot, that was it, because the going was patently better the last furlong on the outside, and then the next day the going was worse on the outside.
That's right. Michael's other runner beat everything down the outside, and 4 horses beat it up the inside. Just no luck for South Africa. Wonderful 2 runners from Michael de Kock. They both ran very, very well. Funny enough, I went on the lawn to watch it with Mike Abood, and there's a big photo of the Soul Power winning, and in the background, large as life, the man standing there watching, disbelief as Shay Shay. I thought Shay Shay was home. Disbelief as it got beat.
Absolute disbelief.
But it was a great race, and Shay Shay is going to do very, very well.
Well, it's going for the July Cup. They scratched him from the Saturday race.
That's right.
And the July Cup in the middle of July, we'll be watching that with great interest, but I think he'll doddle that. Moving on from there, obviously the big race of the whole Royal Ascot had to be the Queen winning the Gold Vase. It's never been done in the history of the monarchy that the reigning monarch has won the Gold Vase, the Gold Cup at least. So this was just unbelievable. Coronation year and all types of things.
Andrew Bonn and I had a big interview with Sir Michael Stout, and he said he didn't really think it she might be good enough to win. He thought it was a tough race going the extra. She'd won a year ago to the fans' delight. And we spoke to him after race, so he was obviously chuffed and very, very pleased. And he ended off by saying, how are the cricketers in South Africa? He was more interested in the English and rolled us in the cricket. Great sense of humour, you know. I said, don't worry, you've got to
He's
play
a
the
Barbadian. There's Oscar about how those West Indies went against.
That's right, son of a cop. And I said, well, don't worry, you've got to beat the Indians. They've been the form team, and I see they did win at the Indians.
Yeah,
but
let's go
and have a look at this.
Yeah.
It's a gutsy win.
Oh, fantastic win. And great ride from Ryan Moore.
The back markers. They're beginning the turn now, about a mile to go, and shortly they'll begin the uphill climb towards home. Earl of Tinsdale still leading. Second place there for Colovision, who's taken a definite second position now over last year's third, Sadler's Rock. 2 or 3 lengths behind them. Last Train and Estimate continue to run together in 4th and 5th positions. Top Trip, Model Pupil and El Salvador behind those. Then Simonon, who continues to travel well from Time's Up and Number Theory and Vadamar Repeater and El Tano. Heading then with the last half mile in front of them now, and it's still Earl of Tinsdale who has the advantage. In second position, Colovision. Sadler's Rock has been moved to the outside now to get more daylight to come with his challenge. Last Train, Estimate, and behind those El Salvador, Simonon, and then Top Trip is followed through by Model Pupil. There are plenty going well. The home turn is already in sight of the Gold Cup, and it's Earl of Tinsdale still leading. Colovision in second, Sadler's Rock in third. Estimate has moved into 4th position and is asked to improve by Ryan Moore. Last Train behind those. El Salvador is next as they level up for home. Earl of Tinsdale is still leading to last year's winner, Colovision. Sadler's Rock is next. Estimate has got room for a challenge. Top Trip and Simonon towards the rider coming home. Colovision has taken the lead as they approach the closing stages. Estimate is trying to join him. Simonon, the purple jacket, down the centre now. And behind those trying to come through the challenge is Top Trip into the closing stages. Estimate and Simonon. Top Trip trying to get on turns between those. Estimate, the red sleeve jacket. Simonon on the outside, racing towards the line. It's a happy and glorious day at Royal Ascot. Estimate has won the Gold Cup for the Queen. Simonon was second. Last Trip, Altano, Colovision behind those.
Yeah, fantastic to watch. And James, what they did, they had the camera on the Queen's box, and the racing manager, they were getting so excited. No one touches her. She was really going there, made all the papers, her jumping for joy. It's the most animated I've ever seen her.
We watched it on Channel 206. We watched the whole day's racing. The Channel 4 production of Royal Ascot was unbelievable. And I wish our guys would have a look before the July as to how they did it, because it was very, very clever. They didn't film horses in the parade ring. They recorded all the horses in the parade ring. So then when the horses cantered down, they showed the horse in the parade ring and went from there straight to the start, which was fantastic. So they spent a lot of time talking post-morteming the races that had been run. And they didn't pick up the horses in the parade ring at all. All they did was they picked them up on the way to while the horses were on the way to the start. So it was it rolled so beautifully, and no one ever said, the one thing that no one ever said on this whole channel production for 5 days, let's cross to so-and-so. The producer obviously was in touch, and when you finished what you said, it went straight to the next person, whether it went to Claire Balding or the Three Musketeers at the top, Jim McGraw and them, or the commentator or whatever. There was no let's cross to so-and-so to get a betting update from the ring. You know, the usual, let's cross to David Mollett to get a betting update from the ring, you know. And
they just went straight over.
Went straight over, and he'd pick up and he'd say, well, here in the ring, this and that. And then from him, back Claire Balding would say, I've got with me Frankie
Were
Dettori.
there ad breaks?
It was unbelievable. Well, there were a few little ad breaks, but we had our own adverts in it.
Yeah,
you know. And it was amazing.
It was just a massive crowd. You know, just talking about the crowds here, James, we'd set out and it would take us 2 hours. Take you 2 hours. You get real close, but you can't get any close. Just all roads lead to Rome, so to speak. But once you got there, it was just parties. I went around, had a drink with the Johnsons, Charlie and his father Mark, and spoke to them, and saw all the usual, the Mick Shannons and...
See Michael Chavett? Did you go to his place?
I didn't, no. I didn't see
he's always got a great big picnic there.
Has he? I didn't see him, but the usual guys, the Hannons, the Shannons.
The best winner of the whole week for me was the Grey filly, what is her name? Sky Lantern of
what a win.
Of the Hannons.
What a win.
That was scintillating.
Yeah, she murdered them. She had been, since winning the fillies, Guinea, she'd gone to America. And she had unfortunately not been good enough there, or just didn't handle it, or whatever. And the interim, the horse she beat in the filly guineas, won the Irish fillies guineas, and they were drawn 16 and 17, but she won it at a canter.
Absolutely fantastic.
I see Qatar had a win. Qatar had a big win. It was fantastic for them. The Americans, did you see that American colt?
Ward? Well, he comes over there and gives them a hiding every now and again. He brings a couple of those two.
The offers were thick and fast. That horse was home. That horse is back in America, James. Yeah. Talking about moving horses, it's back in America. Left
in its box.
In its box, eating at home. Yeah. That's a flying machine. Yeah. That is it.
Wesley Ward, he's done it before. He came to Royal Ascot and won the two 2-year-old races there. He won the Coventry and something else about 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah. And you notice what he did? He put the blinkers on the horse. Yeah. You see, he didn't want the horse to see the crowd or be distracted from the crowd. You
know how fast that horse is. But I believe that the big offers are going for it already. Yeah. Massive offers from all the big guns. This is it's a really, really big horse. But all in all, just a massive day's racing with sing-alongs afterwards and parties, and everyone's got to dress strictly to the code.
100%. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back after this and talk to you about what's happening here.
Right, welcome back. Well, we've had local racing. Royal Ascot's come and gone, and what a great time it was, and what a great treat for everyone who got to watch it. But we had the racing at Clarewood on on Sunday, James, and let's start with the Oaks. Facile winner by the Australian horse.
Yeah, she absolutely doddled it. I thought an enterprising ride from Kevin Shea with a tailwind, and she looked the best horse in the field. I didn't think Alkinda had the best of luck at all in the racing, but she wouldn't have beaten her anyway. So let's go pick them up.
At the 2400, runners sent on their way from the 2400 metre marker. Dylan's Promise is on the outside. Rachel Lee is right there shortly after the start, and Red Rock Lady goes off to lead them, but now Rachel Lee is joining up front, and then comes Priceless Jewel, who's back at the rail. It's only a length and a half, 2 lengths off them as they settle down. Then comes Pekin, as Dylan's Promise now runs into that third position. About to swing onto that back stretch. Munyati's about 5 lengths off the leader in the Betting World Oaks. They're followed by Moy Kavana. That's about 7 or 8 lengths off the leader now. Billy Joe's on the outside of runners, and then comes Sky Pirate. They're keeping off that inside running rail for the moment. And it's Rachel Lee who's out in front. Red Rock Lady is second, and Dylan's Promise is on the outside, and then comes Billy Joe. They're followed further back in the field by Munyati. That's about 5 or 6 lengths off the leader. Just in front of it is Priceless Jewel. Pekin is on the outside of that one. Then comes Sky Pirate and El Kendi and Moy Kavana. They're the last two, but they continue to keep off that inside running rail as Red Rock Lady is in front now. Red Rock Lady in front. Rachel Lee is back second. Dylan's Promise on the outside, followed by Billy Joe. Then comes Priceless Jewel. Pekin between the two. Munyati's with the blue cap. That's about 8 lengths off the leader. They're followed by Sky Pirate, the blue with the black cap. Then comes Moy Kavana, and El Kendi continues to trail, and there's about 9-10 lengths first to last. As the Betting World Oaks moves towards the 900 metre marker, and it's Red Rock Lady just the leader. Dylan's Promise is going to move early, goes off to lead it now. Rachel Lee is back in third. In fourth position, Billy Joe. On the inside of that is Priceless Jewel near the rail. Then Pekin. Munyati. On the outside of that is Sky Pirate. Then comes El Kendi as they turn into the home stretch. And Dylan's Promise made an early move in the Betting World Oaks. Gone clear by 3. Red Rock Lady second. Rachel Lee, Priceless Jewel. Behind that one, trying to put in a claim as El Kendi. Still got 7 or 8 to go. Then Munyati. Dylan's Promise, has it gone the right time? Is still clear by 3 or 4. Sky Pirate tries to run on. Munyati, Red Rock Lady and Priceless Jewel. But Dylan's Promise hit the front at the top of the stretch. Look at Kevin, he's looking both ways. Dylan's Promise in a procession. Second position is going to go to Sky Pirate. Priceless Jewel will run third. El Kendi fourth, then Pekin.
Yeah, very facile win by this long striding filly. Well done to Alesh, Mayesh and Linda, the guys who own it. Another group 2 for them, so they've all got to be over the win. Well done to Charlie Led, but it really dawdled up over the extra ground.
Yeah, she, as I say, she did look like the right one. I know that she'd been to Joe